December the 22nd, Genesis 15:12. Lo, a horror of great darkness fell upon him. The sun at last went down, and the swift eastern night cast its heavy veil over the scene. Worn out with the mental conflict, the watchings and the exertions of the day, Abraham fell into a deep sleep, and in that sleep his soul was oppressed with a dense and dreadful darkness, such as almost stifled him, and lay like a nightmare upon his heart. Do you understand something of the horror of that darkness? When some terrible sorrow, which seems so hard to reconcile with perfect love, crushes down upon the soul, wringing from it all its peaceful rest in the pitifulness of God, and launching it on a sea unlit by a ray of hope. When unkindness and cruelty maltreat the trusting heart, till it begins to doubt whether there be a God overhead who can see and still permit. These know something of the horror of great darkness. It is thus that human life is made up: brightness and gloom, shadow and sun, long tracts of cloud, succeeded by brilliant glints of light, and amid all divine justice is working out its own schemes, affecting others equally with the individual soul which seems the subject of special discipline. O ye who are filled with the horror of great darkness, because of God's dealings with mankind, learn to trust that infallible wisdom, which is co-assessor with immutable justice, and know that he who passed through the horror of the darkness of Calvary with a cry of forsakenness is ready to bear you company through the valley of the shadow of death, till you see the sun shining upon its further side. Let us, by our forerunner, send forward our anchor. Hope within the veil that parts us from the unseen, where it will grapple and ground and will not yield, but hold until the day dawns and we follow it into the haven guaranteed to us by God's immutable counsel. The disciples thought that that angry sea separated them from Jesus. Nay, some of them thought worse than that. They thought that the trouble that had come upon them was a sign that Jesus had forgotten all about them and didn't care for them. Oh, dear friend, that's when troubles have a sting. When the devil whispers, God has forgotten you. God has forsaken you. When your unbelieving heart cries as Gideon cried, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? The evil has come upon you to bring the Lord nearer to you. The evil has not come upon you to separate you from Jesus, but to make you cling to him more faithfully, more tenaciously, more simply. Never should we so abandon ourselves to God as when he seems to have abandoned us. Let us enjoy light and consolation when it is his pleasure to give it to us, but let us not attach ourselves to his gifts, but to himself. And when he plunges us into the night of pure faith, let us still press on through the agonizing darkness. Oh, for faith that brings the triumph when defeat seems strangely near. Oh, for faith that brings the triumph into victory's ringing cheer. Faith triumphant, knowing not defeat or fear.